Hello, friends, and welcome to Empower You 2 podcast. I'm your host, Natasha Paris, and I'm excited because you are in the building with me. You can be anywhere in the world, but you have chosen to be here with me, and I am so humbled and appreciative. Let me tell you about this show. Each and every single week, we continue to empower you to greatness that is truly going to help you, whether you are a person that have experienced a heartbreak, have gone through a divorce, or have endured levels of trauma of any kind, or you're just a person trying to rebuild their life and themselves, and now you are finally ready to live a life full of abundance, joy, and peace, then this show is for you. So with that said, thank you again for being here. I am extremely grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you because together we are empowered for greatness. You ready? Let's go. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Empower You 2 podcast. I am your host, Natasha Paris, the empowerment strategist, as well as the mental health therapist expert. And I am super excited. Happy New Year 2025, Season 2, Episode 134. Let me tell you, I hope you had an amazing holiday season, and now it's all about what are your New Year's resolutions, right? Because we all have them. We all want something great to take place in the new year. But let me tell you, today's episode is going to have you thinking differently and looking at New Year's resolutions with different glasses. Okay, so my title for today is, as I jump right into this, is ditching New Year's resolutions, right? Kicking it to the curb and living your best life your way. Oh, come on now, let's go. Ditching those New Year's resolutions. Because oftentimes we are in this place where we set ourselves up for failure, especially the beginning of the year. I know you're saying to me, okay, wait a minute, Natasha Paris, are you saying that New Year's resolutions are something that really doesn't work or it's a negative? Well, I'm going to say to you that by January 15th, it's proven that most people who set out to go after their goals and they put it in a New Year's resolution, like I'm going to lose 15 pounds by March, or I'm going to go and I'm going to start that new business, or you know what, I'm going to spend time with family, or I'm going to forgive. Let me say to you that it is so important for you to understand why you're often setting yourself up for failure and why it's okay to stop making them, my friends. Stop making these New Year's resolutions without a strategic plan. Okay, so today we are going to dive right into how to replace New Year's resolutions with sustainable habits, how to live authentically, unapologetically, and how to embrace your truth. No one else's truth, my friends. No one else's but yours. But before we jump into all of this, I want you to hit that 5-star button on your favorite platform, because guess what? This episode and these episodes within season 1 and 2 can potentially change the trajectory of your life. So I want you to hit that 5-star button. I want you to share this with as many people as possible, because too often people are living in darkness, or they're just existing, but they're not living. And so in this Empower You 2 podcast, we want you to live. Yes, my friends, I want you to live. Okay, so let's go right into this. What is the problem with New Year's resolutions? Think about it. What is it that often happens the first of the year, right? Well, I'm going to say this. What I know too often is that I was one of those individuals who had all these New Year's resolutions, right? And what I found that was the case was that they were often rooted in external expectations rather than my own internal desires. What does that mean? That means that I was doing it because everyone else was doing it, right? One. Two, it seemed like the best thing to say when it came to, well, for me, it was not losing weight because I was always thin. It was, I want to gain some weight in the right areas. So I have to figure out how to do that, right? Because I felt like I needed to get the approval of others. Or, you know what? Everyone's starting a new business or someone is starting an entrepreneurial venture. So let me do it too. How many of us, we look at social media and we see so often people are posting what they're going to do, and we feel this need to compete. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is unrealistic for you to compete with others because you're going to fail. You're going to fail. And then also, you're saying, okay, I'm going to do all of this by March. So you're setting yourself up for unrealistic timeframes, and you're not giving yourself an opportunity for flexibility, which can ultimately lead to burnout, frustration, depression, anxiety, and it kills your self-worth. Okay? So that's one. Well, one and two. And then the other piece is that there's this pressure, right, that the calendar gives. And that pressure is, why not start January 1st? So you're going to eat all of the holiday foods, all of the cakes. And of course, I was one of them, and I have been even this past holiday season, having all of the great food, having family, right? The desserts, all of that stuff. But then you feel like it is time to just let go of all of that. I am not going to have any sugars. I am not going to have any like heavy meals. I'm not going to have any carbs. I'm going to count my calories. Like all of these pressures. And who's setting those pressures up for you? You are, my friends. You are setting these expectations for yourself because I was there. I knew what that looked like. Oh, I'm going to the gym 7 days a week, twice in one day. Come on now, girl. Really? You know you're a mom. You know that you have to come home and cook. You know that your kids have other activities. Where are you going to find the time to go to the gym 7 days a week and then at least one, if not 2 times a week, going twice in one day? Okay, really? I know you're laughing at me. I know it sounds crazy, but actually it was. It was crazy that I was setting myself up for failure and I didn't know it. And what I came to realize was that all along there was that voice in the back of my head that would say, oh no, you're not going to make it. And I had to prove that voice wrong. To the point where I became exhausted. I became stressed out. And let me tell you, I looked crazy. Like, come on now. Trying to do all of that and then lacking the sleep that I needed. All right. So my friends, you know how much I care about you. How do you shift living and from making all of these unrealistic expectations, and how do you go from that to making realistic expectations, but more importantly, shifting to living your best life, not your mother's best life, not your friend's best life, not your old classmates' best life. You know, if you are following others who you used to go to school with and now it's like 30 years later. Okay. How do you do that? The first thing I will ask that you do as you tackle these expectations for yourself, because guess what? I am truly, strongly a believer that you have to set goals for your life. You have to, right? But I want you to understand that it is not a goal just for the meantime, not just so you can fit into that amazing bikini, or because you feel like eating healthy is the right thing to do because everyone else is doing it, right? How do you go from that? The first thing is, I want you to embrace micro goals, right? So if you're saying, I want to eat healthy and I'm not going to have any sugar at all, ever, ever again, stop that. I want you to look at, okay, well, if I want to eat healthy, I need to at least start with drinking one extra glass of water a day. That's doable. It doesn't seem overwhelming, right? Because guess what? If you set yourself up for success by doing it in small increments, there's that saying, right? How do you eat a hippopotamus? I know, right? Who eats hippopotamuses? Not me. Maybe somebody else does. But how do you do that? One bite at a time. Because if you look at that hippopotamus, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to eat that whole thing in one sitting. And look, we're not doing that. I'm just giving an example, my friends, right? One bite at a time. Second part of that is, my friends, is I want you to celebrate the progress rather than perfection. If you were able to drink one glass more than what you've often done, celebrate it by just saying, good job. Good job, girl. You did it. I want you to begin to speak positivity. I want you to celebrate you, and I want you to begin to celebrate all of your accomplishments, as small as it may seem, because it is in those moments where it becomes huge, right? You add all those small pieces, those small parts, and it becomes a bigger picture, okay? The other piece is that I want you to be in a place where you are very much intentional versus having resolutions, okay? Because what we know about resolutions is that it is about making a quick resolve, making a statement, and holding yourself to it without flexibility. But here I'm saying for you, I want you to be intentional. What does that mean? That means that you are in this place where you are connecting your values to the act. In other words, if you want to start, and I'm always going into that losing weight, eating healthy, how do you do that? You will say to yourself, the reason why I am making this decision to drink one more glass of water, or take extra 100 steps, is because my health matters. It is because I'm going to feel better. And also, I want to be able to hang with my friends. I want to be able to hang with my children. I want to be able to walk up the steps without huffing and puffing and feeling like I'm going to pass out. Come on now, right? So instead of I'm going to the gym 5 days a week, set an intention to move your body in ways that feel good. I want you to be in a place where you are moving your body. So, my friends, in addition, the third piece is trust your inner compass. What does that mean? It is important for you to know that self-awareness and knowing what you truly want. What do you want, my friends, for your life? Do you want to save more? Do you want to get better with your finances? Do you want to be able, like I said earlier, be able to walk up and down the steps without huffing and puffing and feeling like you're having a heart attack? Come on now, right? And so it is important for you to be aware of your feelings, your thoughts, and your behavior. And really asking yourself, what do you want? Not anyone else, but what do you want? And then to add to that, I want you to journal. You know, for all of those who've been following me for the past year and some, I often preach about the importance of having a journal or having something that you call your own where you just write your thoughts. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do is I want you to get to a place where you write down what is important to you. What do you want from your life? And the reason why I'm asking you to do that is because it works, my friends. As a licensed clinician, I've asked all of my clients over the number of years, 20 plus years, to get a journal or a composition book, a black and white composition book, and write down how amazing you are, one. Two, I want you to get to a place where you're asking yourself those questions. What do you want, girl? What do you want, boy? What drives you to a place where you are extremely happy? Okay? So I want you to trust your inner compass. Okay? So the other piece about this whole conversation is, how do you live your truth? You know what I said, right? I said to you the title was Ditching New Year's Resolutions, Living Your Best Life Your Way. Your way. Okay? All right. We're talking about living your truth. We are talking simply you being in touch with your authentic self, not societal expectations. It's about what you want. And that living your truth is about aligning all of your actions to you. Like you saying that I want to run a marathon. So it is not a societal expectation, it is yours. It is something that you want to do. And so that brings you joy. So getting to a place where you get to know yourself and all of the things that you do are intentional, living and loving you, which causes you to do the things that you enjoy. Okay? So, what are some of the practical tips for authentic living, right? Learn to say no. You know what I say. Say no, thank you, with a smile. No, no, no. Fall in love with no. Don't accept anything, my friends, that don't serve you, my friends. Don't accept it. Also, in order for you to live this authentic life, seek joy in the present moment. Stop thinking about all of the things that you have to do, all of the things that you have not done. Stop worrying so much. Be in a place where you say, today is amazing. This moment, I am loving life because the sun is beaming on the side of my face and it's making me feel warm. Or you see a cute baby and you're like, oh my goodness, so cute. Like be present and have and find joy in that present moment. Okay. And so instead of chasing something, you should be in a place where you know that you have already received it. And that's my other suggestion and recommendation is being in a place where you know what you know, that you deserve all that is amazing because you are worthy of it, my friends. You are truly worthy of having it. Okay. And so it is important for you to also hear me when I say that. Let go of comparison. Stop comparing yourself to the girl on social media that you follow. Stop comparing yourself to your siblings. Stop comparing yourself to what people believe is who you should be, right? That thought, that image. It may not be a physical person, but it can be a dream deferred, right? And so it's important for you to let go of that comparison. Stop comparing yourself to others because guess what? Every time that you compare yourself to someone, you are chipping away of your worthiness. And let me say this, it is important for you to focus on your journey. Because if you are comparing yourself to so many other people, that means that you're easily distracted. You're looking and spending and meditating, come on now, on those who really don't matter in your world. But you want to compare yourself. It is dangerous to do so. So please stop that. If you are already doing it, it's never too late, especially if you are listening to my voice and you are able to move and think. Come on now. Stop comparing yourself to other people. I want you to do that right now. So, my friends, why is ditching resolutions important? Because it can lead to a more fulfilling life versus a life of pleasing, versus a life of just existing. Because guess what? Here on the Empower You 2 podcast, it's not about you just existing. It's about you being empowered enough that you will say, I today am living my best life. Okay? It is important for you to focus on the truth, not what people say you're supposed to do. Because guess what? Your truth is only your truth. Really, it is no one else's truth. It is your truth. Because guess what? Your best life has started today. And it doesn't have to start on January 1st. But the moment you decide, hear me when I say this, my friends, the moment that you decide that you are going to stop the negative behaviors of worry or the negative behaviors of setting yourself up for failure by setting up unrealistic expectations, my friends. Because let me say this, your best life starts today. It doesn't have to be January 1st. The moment you decide to live authentically, my friends, is the moment you acquire power that is so amazing. And that power can change and grow you immediately when you decide, because it's already within you. Let me tell you, all you're doing once you make an intention and you said, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it with my micro goals, I'm going to pay attention. That's when things really, really begin to improve. Okay. And also, one of the other pieces about this is that, let me tell you, we are doing it big on this end of the city. So, my friends, what am I saying as I close this episode? I want you to know that this new year, 2025, is all about you. It is all about what you want for your life. It's all about you setting aside the expectations of others, but looking within. And so, with that said, my friends, I hope that this episode resonated with you and that you were able to take away some golden nuggets that will have you saying, I'm ditching these New Year's resolutions. I'm creating life goals for me. And another thing is, stop saying the bucket list, okay? Say not the bucket list, right? Oh, I have something on my bucket list. No, you're not about to kick the bucket, but say your life list. Your life list. What do you want to do in this lifetime? So, with that said, my friends, I am super excited. And again, Happy New Year. New you and new me, right? And so, with that said, guys, you know how I always end this episode and many other episodes, because again, I'm going to see you on the next one, okay? I want you to be what? I want you to be empowered for greatness, because guess what? Without greatness, there's no you, and without you, There's no greatness. All right. Bye. And see you in the next episode.